Good evening, everybody. How is everybody? Welcome to Bitesize. Yes, this is our Monday live stream, which also goes out as a podcast and is the little brother to our award-winning show, The Long Run, on a Friday at 7 o'clock. If you've not checked that out, make sure you do. You can listen to this and all the episodes of that back on your favorite podcast provider. But this show is mainly driven by you guys who tune in live, and we just hang out for the next 30, 40 odd minutes, and we talk about anything really, from running shoes to socks to Guns N' Roses to anything really. So whatever it is, get in the comments, get in the chat live, load me up with some questions. Let's talk about whatever you want to talk about, but get your bits and bobs in there, because the show doesn't happen without you. Already seeing the chat populating, which is nice to see. So yes, get involved in there. If you're listening to this as a podcast, this is a live show that we record, and the main sort of, I would say, the unique part of this show is the interaction from you guys, which is the most important part. Right. So firstly, I've got to give a shout out to the guys at Skechers. Big love to those guys. Make sure you get over to skechers.co.uk and check out all the latest stuff on there, including the Go Ride 11, which is a phenomenal shoe. I'm going to be rocking the Speed Beast at the A6 10K on Sunday. Hopefully I'll see some of you there. We'll probably chat about that a little bit more on Friday's live stream, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to be rocking out the Speed Beast. But big love to the guys at Skechers. Also, love to the guys at Start Fitness. I know you guys have been smashing the life out of the promo code we got, so make sure you use the code 40 runs to get 10% off of there. And talking about codes, you can get 15% off Say Sky with 4015, I think it is, and also shoe socks, which you guys were asking about the socks. I think the code is 4020. I'll be there checking them. Talk about yourself. But there is a code out there for shoe socks because you guys were asking for it, and I got it. So, and we're also trying to sort out those pink socks that you were going on about. Hang on. Yeah, talk amongst yourselves while I try and get the code. Probably should have done this before we got into the show, but while I remember it, it's important because then you guys get the discounts, right? And that's what's important. How do you spell? Oh yeah, SHYU. So these are my preferred socks, right? So random. Already talking about weird stuff. Socks. And the code is 40 runs, all one word, to get 20% off of them. Okay, so I think that's that. Today we had the SC Trainer 2 sort of race review come out. I like to do them. They're my sort of favorite shoe test videos that we do on the channel, the sort of race tests, or the long run tests are the good ones to take it out and actually do those. Kind of like those ones. But the New Balance SC Trainer 2, if you've not seen that, check that video out today. I think it's an important test because it was incredibly unstable, the surface I was running on. And the shoe performed exceptionally well. So check that video out from today. This week, just coming on the channel, we've got the Endorphin Elite Race test video. That's coming out tomorrow, I believe. Or is it? No, it might be Wednesday. At the end of the week, we've got a shoe that I'm embargoed on. I can't mention which shoe it is, but there's a video coming on the 7th of July on an embargoed shoe. And if you are after, let's say if you're a stability shoe wearer, or you're somebody who doesn't mind a bit of guidance in your shoe and you're after a carbon plated shoe, watch that video. Yeah, I'm trying to tread carefully so I don't get into trouble. But I think that's a very important video if you are somebody who is looking for a marathon or half marathon shoe that doesn't necessarily get on with some of these super foams like the stuff from Fuel Cell or Zoom X, but you want to play and you don't want to be moving all over the place. Also, I think the shoe can appeal to people who are maybe slightly thicker set, maybe slightly bigger, maybe slightly taller. And again, some of these shoes that are just so soft, and I see people pronating badly in them. I think the shoe that's going to be coming your way at the end of the week is a very good shoe for that as well. So make sure you check it out. I'm kind of hyping it up a bit, but I think for you guys who keep asking me about a race day shoe, marathon training shoe for people who pronate, I think this could be the shoe for you. And lastly, just on shoes this week. So again, people are asking about the Kayano 30. We will have a review on that. That will probably come next week. Need to get more miles and need to get enough miles in that shoe to be able to put the first impressions out. If you're new around here, I always try and get 3 sort of runs in a shoe, or 20 miles, or like a week's running, if whatever, before I put the review out. There is exceptions to that, like so the Mac X from Hoka, I did a first run in that, but you'll see in that video I didn't really like doing that video because I don't really think you can formulate an opinion. So yeah, so the Kayano will come, the Kayano 30 will come. So bear with me on that. The Trinusa as well. I need to get a few more miles in them before I can put a review out on them. And the actually talking about the Mac X, I'm trying to get more miles in the Mac X as well, so I can put or not full review, but a review out on the Mac X as well. Which, by the way, just as a bit of a heads up, so far it's not particularly good in the Mac X. So yeah, so just on that front, sort of lacking the X factor on there. Thanks to everybody who's mentioned that they got the Boston 12, by the way. I hope you're loving that. Interesting, I put a thing out today on Instagram and on did I do it on YouTube? Yeah, about your favorite shoes so far of the year. Some interesting shoes coming out of that. Dominated, I think, by the Speed Beast on the brain. The Speed 3 and the Super Blast, the 2 shoes that have really sort of sprung out in terms of popularity. So I'll collate all that. We'll probably put a video together. Tomorrow there's going to be another poll coming your way, so watch out for that. Yeah, so watch out on YouTube community page, and on Instagram we're going to put another sort of poll out about some other shoes. So watch out for that. Right, I think that's it. I think you're up to 8 minutes and we're into it. Thanks to all the subscribers. Thank you very much to everybody who is a member of this YouTube channel. You can a couple of quid a month support the channel, and I really appreciate it. So thank you very much to everybody. And I say thanks to everybody really who's tuning in and getting involved live. Let's give some shout out. So Bam's here, Mike's here, Dawn, Alf, Gary, Penny, Sandra, Gary, thank you very much in terms of sound and vision. Mark's here, Joanne. Again, lovely to see some new faces as well. Caro, Gavin, even Mr. Brownstone. Guns N' Roses were amazing, by the way. But if you we don't do much on TikTok. We just cock about in there. But I put on TikTok a video because Axel fell over within the first, 5 minutes. That's over on TikTok. It's like, I don't know, something like 70,000 views or something ridiculous. Hayden's in the house. He's in Mexico currently. I'm about to go to the swim up bar. See what I mean? He's not really an athlete. Unlike me, who's here training for the New York City Marathon. He's just sitting on his rear end getting fatter. Mix in the house, James. Oh, Ashley's first time watching live. Thank you very much for joining us. Sandra, 40, I love the video on carbon plate shoes. It certainly helped me choose which ones I'm going to buy. You're welcome. Let us know which one you went for. Robert's here. Everybody's giving Hayden advice on what to drink. Even Kurt, thank you very much. Reminder to everybody to hit the like button. I would appreciate that. It does help the algorithm. We like the algorithm. Gary's in week 3 of Chester Marathon training. First 2 weeks haven't gone too well. 14 weeks to go. Don't get stressed about marathon training, Gary. Just go with the flow. That's the best bit of advice for marathon training. Oh, we've got because London Marathon ballots this week on Thursday. No one's going to get in. Just heads up. I'll be surprised if any of you get into that. But we've got a video coming out on what to do about that. David, good evening to you. Still more advice for Hayden and his drink selection. Bought 2 pairs of shoes recently using the code, including the Boston 12. Boston 12 it's just a phenomenal shoe. I keep saying it to everybody, and I think people have been listening. Many of you guys have been emailing me and messaging me that you bought the Boston 12. I hope I haven't let you down on that shoe. It is a great shoe. It is a super trainer that does daily work. And I think it's just a phenomenal shoe. I really do. I was thinking about it today, actually, funny enough. You could have just like the Boston 12, and you could then have, I don't know, whether you'd go Primex Strung or you'd go like SC Trainer 2. Then you got just it's a lot of money there, by the way, but you got 2 shoes there that would just do everything for you, because you could do your speed work, your easy work. You just do your races in them, and you're pretty much covered, right? You're going to get reasonable durability. Although some guys have been questioning the durability on the New Balance shoe. They said the version 1 wasn't particularly good. So it'd be interesting to see how it holds up. The surface I was running on yesterday was a disaster for the shoe, but it held up. It really did. Right, here we go. Get your questions in, guys. Kevin, first time watching live, Chris, long time podcast listener. Yeah, and thanks very much, Ed, by the way. I was at a race yesterday and some people were saying that they listen to podcasts. I was just running past one lady and she went, "Oh, I listened to his podcast." So I ran past. So whoever that was, thank you very much. Really good. Love your material. Thank you very much, Kevin. And you're welcome for the code. Smash the code, people. I think one day we should try and break Start Fitness on the internet site. We should pick something and all just go and buy it with the code and try and bring it down just for a laugh. They probably won't appreciate me saying that. Evening, Chris. I just joined the club, so now an official member, not just a fan. Oh, welcome. Hoping to join you for the GNR. Yeah, don't forget, guys, Great North Run Shakeout. If you don't have to be doing the Great North Run, you don't have to be a club member. Everybody's welcome. We're going to be doing a Great North Run shout out, shakeout run, even on Saturday in Newcastle. We're most likely going to be starting from the centre of town. I'm going to hopefully be able to confirm that sooner rather than later. And we are going to go for a nice 5K. And then we are planning, if we can, to film a live version of this. But let's see. I'm waiting to confirm all that, probably getting ahead of myself as usual. But so stand by on the socials for that. Also, Berlin, if you're doing the Berlin Marathon Shakeout Run, looking like 11 o'clock at the moment. I'm just finalising the location. I hope to announce a really cool location for everybody to meet if you're doing the Berlin Marathon. It's going to be an unofficial shakeout run at 11 o'clock. Nice sociable time so we don't all have to get up. Because I know there's like a 5K free run at like 8:30, something like that in the morning. But there's going to be a nice, gentle run at 11 o'clock, just for everybody to hang out, really, and just settle some of those nerves pre-big race. Evening Canman, evening Sketchhead. Awesome as always. Currently got a 3-shoe rotation of Glide rides, I'm guessing. Glide Ride 3. Absolutely love that shoe, as you know it, guys. No. 40, I've recently done my first marathon in Manchester. I did it in 3 hours and 59 minutes. Well done. Got Manchester half in October. Done 3 halves before. We're looking to beat my PB of 1 hour and 49 minutes. Any advice? Yeah, I think we spoke about this on not this week's podcast of the Long Run Show. Last week, the following week's Long Run Show podcast. Honestly, listen to that, because we talk about the half marathon distance and how to beat your times and how to get quicker at the half marathon distance. You know, I was talking a lot about the 10-mile run and using 10K pace in there. So honestly, go back and listen to that. I've had a lot of love, a lot of good feedback for that podcast. There's a lot of advice on there from the panel, and some of it actually came from me, which makes a change. Usually I'm just taking a mickey out of Toby. So I would honestly strongly actually go back and listen to that one. I think it's even called like How to Beat Your Half Marathon PB or something like that. It's only a couple of weeks ago. So I strongly recommend that. Joanne's after some trainer advice. Second half marathon on September for the Great North Run. Joanne, I hope you're coming to the shakeout run. Currently running the Nova Blast 2. Been fine so far. Did 10 miles last year at the weekend. Struggled after 8 miles. Are we talking about the shoe? You're struggling in the Nova Blast 2. Let me know if it's the shoe you're struggling with or your training. Let me know, please. What will this secret stability shoe be the one for my Chicago? Yes, Robert. but it's not actually a stability shoe. This is the thing. This is the amazing thing about it. It's not a stability shoe, and I don't know. I don't think the people. I've got to be very careful here. I don't think the people will expect me to come out with what I'm coming out with on the video. So just wait for it. I just think it's really interesting. It's something I didn't necessarily expect from the shoe, but I found it to be incredibly stable and really comfortable. But also it's got a bit of giddy up to it. So yeah, just wait. Get me off the topic because I will say too much. Evening all, Chris. Hi. What's the New Balance equivalent to the Pegasus? Neutral 10. I would have a look at the 1080 version 12. Really like that shoe. Version 13 is coming out. It's not a million. I think it's October. I think the guy said it's going to be around October. I might be wrong on that, but I think it's October. But look at the New Balance. You can get some fantastic deals on that at the moment. Don't know whether it's a 10 mil drop. I think it might be 8. But have a look at the New Balance 1080 version 12. It's a fantastic shoe. I did some marathon training in it last year, and it was great. It really is. The old fresh foam. Fantastic. Really good shoe. Really, really good shoe. Evening Sketchhead has also current rotation is the guide for easy work, endo speed for track, and Vaporfly for races. Which slot should? Well, I think really your which slot should Boston 12 take? What would go well with it for training? So I think you could slot out your endo speed 2, your guide. Now, see what I would do. I would go Vaporfly for the track. I would go Boston 12 for everything other than the track and the easy stuff. And then you could use your guide for the easy. So effectively, it's getting rid of your endo speed 2. But I would use the Vaporfly for the track. Maybe get some new race shoes. There you go. Just done you out of 200 quid. Did you see the colorway? This is from James. Did you see the colorway of the Hyperion GTS? It's a bit different from the review shoes they sent out. Not sure if I like that color. It's a froggy green. Is that the one I've that's the one I've reviewed, the Hyperion GTS in the green, not the shoe. I mean the colorway. If you watch my review of the Hyperion GTS, it's a very bright green. And the Hyperion video, which I've also dropped, that's coming soon. I edited that last week, so that's coming soon. So yes, I had the. It must be a crying a groin. That must be it, James. So check out the Hyperion GTS. There we go. Roger, I just ran a half marathon in the Nova Blast, but also have the Meta Speed. Which would be the better marathon option? It's entirely up to you. Personally, I would go for the Meta Speed for race day, and I would use your Nova Blast for everything. Outside of that, I am okay. Roberts, what have we got, Robert? I know it's London ballot time towards the end of the week. Do you know if it's Thursday or the Friday? They always say bad news on Friday. I think it's the 6th. The London ballot results are the 6th. Evening Foley, love the show. Love the show. Thank you, Jamie. First time watching live. Awesome. Love the podcast. Currently week 3 of Chicago training. That's awesome. Need a long, easy shoe. $550. Any recommendation? Looking for 140 pounds. Triumph 21. Actually, probably Triumph 20 would do you, to be honest with you. I really like the Triumph 21. And I know you can pick them up cheap. For example, go over to Start Fitness, and that's a nice, easy shoe. A big fan of the Nimbus 25. I'm not sure you can pick that up for that sort of money, but if you can, that's a great shoe. Super comfortable. Skechers Max Road 6 you can't get, I don't think, over here, although Simon managed to get his, because that would be the shoe I'd recommend other than that for you within that price range. So there's a couple of shoes I would say to look at in there. Couple of stuff. Obviously, you got the Cumulus 25, but again, I don't know whether you can get that done on the cheap. So yeah, easy shoe. As I said at the start, the Go Ride 11 from Skechers. It's a shoe that you can just plod about in. It's fantastic. It really is. It's just a plodder. Yeah, there you go. I hope that helps. Joe, has your opinion changed on the Hoka Mac X? Well, the Hoka Mac X, I was on the fence. After the first run, I was on the fence in terms of not really sure about it, to be honest with you. And that's why I said I don't really like doing first run videos. I do them purely to get the views on YouTube. Open and transparent as always on here. But yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, based on your first thoughts, I bought the Saucony P3. I'll be honest. At the moment, I'm thinking you did the right thing. There's nothing really there that's blowing me away at the moment. Okay, so yeah, hopefully that helps. Right, Gary, cheers, fella. Plenty of time to smash trade. Yeah, loads of time. Just got the Nike Pegasus Turbo. What, the nature ones, Mick, for 49 quid? If they're the originals, let me know because I'm going to go buy some. But I think you're talking about the nature ones. Evening, Chris. 50k ultra over the weekend, so resting up tonight. Hero, loving the trainer chat. Kept me going over the hard miles. I'm very pleased. Well done. Congratulations, by the way, on the ultra. Well done for that. I'm not expecting to get into London as I've already been rejected in the ballot 21 times. If you could run one UK marathon, what would it be? I would always go for London. To be honest with you, one UK marathon, it'll always be London for me. It's just, well, first it's a major, but I think it's the pinnacle in terms of marathons in this country. You know, support second to none. Route's pretty decent. Yeah, raises a lot of money for charity. Finish is pretty epic outside King's Place, and yeah, so I would say the London Marathon for me. If I could run one UK marathon, if it wasn't London, which one would it be? Don't know. To be honest, that's a hard one. Not sure. I've not really done any others, so I can't really comment. I've done a few over here, but they've all been like they're not been like Brighton or Manchester. I've not gone down that route. Brighton I've got no interest in. I will do Brighton at some point, but I've just got no interest at the moment. Gavy's got some advice on the Saucony Triumph 20. He says he found them for 80 quid. Yeah, as I said, I think, you know, the Triumph 20, the upper on the new 21 is phenomenal. It really is. It's a really nice upgrade to the shoe. Feels a little bit softer. I might be wrong. Maybe it's the sock liner in there. But it just feels so comfortable. It really is. I've got a cracking white pair that look really nice. Oh, they don't now. They look like brown. But it's just a comfortable. And the outsole, the XC900 on that shoe is really, really good. So I'd really recommend the Saucony Triumph 20 because you can get it cheaper now the 21's out. Yeah, so do that definitely. Mick Rose, hi everyone. What's this? Hi everyone. 40. What do you think about the Cloud Boom Echo? I think the Cloud Boom Echo is an overhyped marketing machine. I think it's one of those shoes that has have got obviously loads of money since they floated. They've chucking money left, right, and centre at all the stuff they're doing, and I think they've given that out to all people like myself. I didn't get a shoe, and this is not why I'm having a go at them. But I think because even if I got the shoe, I don't necessarily think I'd like it because I don't think it's set up for me. But I just think it's over marketed, overhyped, that shoe, personally. I'm happy to be proven wrong with that. But I just think it's overhyped. The Cloud, what's the one I've got? The Cloud Fly, you know, the new one without the speedboard. I really like that shoe. Really like that shoe. So it's not that I've got anything against on shoes at all because I really like that shoe. I think it's the Cloud Flyer, isn't it? The Daily Trainer. Really like that. Got that in black. But yeah, I just think the Cloud Boom Echo is just overhyped. And it's just, yeah, it's just for a certain audience. I just don't see the point of it. Well, I do. They want to make money, but yeah, it's just to say that they threw so much money at it. It was ridiculous. Camo's going to be at the Shakeout. Which one? Berlin and Great North Run? I have two 10Ks. Mike's got two 10K runs this weekend. When should I have a rest day? Friday or early in the week? I'd probably go Friday. If you've got back-to-backs, I would always go Friday. I tend to rest on a Friday. sort of get ready then set for the weekend, whether it's a long run race, whatever it is. I tend to rest on a Friday. Seems to work for me. They had a few yesterday's manager special. So Mick's telling everyone where he's getting all his bargains, which I like. I love it. The fact that you guys are chatting away in this chat room. We love that. We'll take a look. Had the Speed 3s and just picked up the Adidas Pro 3 for £130. That's got to be the bargain of the day. There we go. So Ashley's come back to me. She has listened to that podcast. So why are you asking me, Ashley? I did listen to it. The 10-mile run for me at the half marathon distance is key. I think if you can really nail in some good pace in that 10-mile run, I think that's the real bank of that one. That's where it's all at. Any thoughts on the Cayano 30? I'll come back to you on that one if you don't mind. I think first thing that shocked me was the price, but I'll reserve judgment on that. What's the possibility of being Ben at the ASICS 10K this weekend? Coming Sunday, or is he still? No, Ben was not broken on Sunday. He put in a fine performance. Although I did get told by admin, literally as I was walking into the pen, not to break him because it was hot. So I did go easy on the boy a little bit. But to be fair to him, he put in a solid shift on Sunday because it's not an easy course, and the boy done very, very well. I think 117 on that course is good. Could we have gone 115? I think we probably could have done. Would have been a tough order, but I think we could have pushed out 115, to be honest with you. But we finished strong. We felt good. And it's a start of the marathon training block. So I'm happy with what we did. And I'm very impressed with Ben. Honestly, if you've not seen the 10K PB he put down, he was absolutely ruined at the end of that video. I mean, ruined. So, yeah, he's done very well. So, but yes, I will be there. I'm filming. Filming like it's a problem, but I am filming on the day. So I'm in pen A, and I am filming. So I hope to see some of you guys before the race and during the race. So fingers crossed, and then I'll shoot off as soon as it finishes because I've got to get back because the girls have got a show. They're doing a show. So I've got to get back for that, which is the most important thing of the day. So hopefully I see some of you there. What's this? From Nick, this caught my attention. Chris, have you seen the pictures of the Prime X2? Yes, somebody tagged me in them. Some of those colorways look blindly. I've said it before, Adidas do the best colorways, right? I don't think, name me another brand that does better colorways than Adidas at the moment. I don't think there is, but the Prime X2 looks cracking. Let's see what it's about. I can't wait to try it. Enjoyed Prime X Strung. Didn't try the first Prime X, but I tried Prime X Strung. Really enjoyed it. Did a half marathon. Talking about race tests, there's a half marathon test on the channel. Watch that if you're interested in the shoe, because I'm guessing that'll get discounted down. Thomas from Believe in the Run, give those guys a shout out as always. Make sure you go and subscribe to their YouTube channel, listen to their podcast as well. But he's super excited about it, and him and I have very similar tastes in terms of shoes. Gary's been smashing the shoe socks discount code. Again, just a reminder, you can use the code 40runs to get 20% off shoe socks. And I can't recommend them enough. They're the ones that I racing and I wear. So thoroughly recommend those socks. SHYU if you're on the podcast, listening to this podcast. Get 20% off there. Use the code 40 runs. Right. James has just asked me a question. I'll come to it, James, because I was talking about what you just mentioned at the start of the show. Hiya. To follow up, I was definitely the shoe, 13 minutes faster than my last 10 mile, but felt feet warm in the Nova Blast and a lot of pressure under my foot, feel like running on a blister. Yeah, I've heard that on the front because the Nova Blast has got that bit underneath. And I don't know whether that's the reason. It's got like, hang on. Hold tight. Got to keep one shoe out of focus. Yeah, sure. Right, so it's a bad example, and podcast people, I apologise, but I'm holding up the SC trainer. But like on the Nova Blast, it's got this bit here on the SC trainer. It's got this bit that protects the plate. You've got that on the Nova Blast underneath it, as far as I'm aware. And some people I've heard that it can irritate. So it could be that. Also, the uppers can be warm. ASIC's uppers seem to be warmer than some of the others. Speedgoat was moaning like an old woman about the Super Blast upper. And obviously, we know it's well documented about the Nimbus upper. They really don't have that. The uppers aren't very breathable, or they probably are breathable. They're just very thick and they're very warm. So just watch it with ASIC shoes. I prefer the uppers in Saucony shoes, for example. So maybe check out something from Saucony. If you're in the Nova Blast, then I don't know. Have a look at the ride, for example. Ride 16 or 15, whatever you want to do, or even go down the Endorphin line or one of those shoes. Maybe have a look at one of those. So James is saying the Hyperion is a different colorway to the one I reviewed. Yeah, I had a very bright green, so I've not seen that. Your best trainer and racer released this year from Leon. That's a very good question. Rocket X2 probably. Rocket X2 best racer. I think best trainer is probably the Boston 12. SC Trainer 2's not a million miles behind that. I've got to give that a shout out, even though someone accused me of only liking it because I'm doing the New York City Marathon with New Balance, which I thought was, I took offense to that because I think I take that as having a go at me in terms of my integrity. I'm pretty well. Look at me. In terms of what I've just said about on Cloud Boom Echo, whatever it is, I'm pretty open to say exactly what I want on this channel, and I pride myself to be able to say anything I want. And I've got myself into trouble by saying what I want. I've upset brands by saying what I want, and I will continue to say what I want. And that really annoyed me actually about that. The fact that somebody said, "Oh, you only saying the SC trainer is any good because you're running with New Balance." No, if it was terrible, I'd say it was terrible. I'm quite happy to do that. I couldn't care less. And that's the thing. New Balance are a very good brand because they understand that we've got our own opinions, which I respect. So kudos to them. I've got to give a massive shout out to the guys at Brooks as well. You think the stuff I've said to Brooks as well, and supplying me shoes and stuff like that, and doing other bits and bobs with them. Massive love for the guys at Brooks. But yeah, I really took offence to that today. I thought that's bang out of order. Just saying that I'm only doing that because I'm doing New York City Marathon with New Balance. It's just got nothing to do with it. So yeah, so there you go. And somebody actually replied to that person's comment and told me that the comments were switched off on today's video. That's how much of an idiot I am. So apologies for. And they said that there was something to do with the reason I turned the comments off. No, I turned the comments off because I'm an idiot. I didn't realize I turned them off. I need the comments because it helps drive the algorithm. Why would I turn the comments off? If something was bad, I'd just delete the comment. So why would I do that? So anyway, so I took offense to that. So yes, sorry, apologies, gone off on one there, but I had to put that right. I had to put that person right because that's just bang out of order. Say what you want. You're welcome to your opinion, but don't question my integrity. That's just not right, especially when I'm so open and honest about whether something's rubbish or not. Are the Triumph softer? What's this? Are the Triumph 21 a softer run? I think they are, but I don't know, Sandra, whether that's down to the sock liner or not, because it really is a soft, comfortable ride. The Triumph 21. I really enjoy that shoe, and it's less padded around the tongue, which for me makes it a better shoe because I didn't like the 20 in terms of it really on the top of my foot. I felt like I had a lot of foam around it. And I don't like that. That's why I love the Nimbus 25 so much because that tongue's really thin. And the Triumph 21 really does feel really nice in terms of the overall comfort of the shoe. 20 was still a very comfortable shoe, and that's why I was recommending it. So yeah, have a look at that. Okay, what we got here in the second week of the home pair point. I've said that wrong. Grand Prix, and currently smashing last year's time thanks to my trusted Adios Pro 3. Adios Pro 3 every day, people, even for the last 10K is ace. Should I add the Boston 12? Yeah, I think it's the perfect training partner to the Adios Pro 3 is the Boston 12. I think it's the perfect training partner. I really, really do. Yeah, Mick confirmed he got the Nature Nike Reacts. We've got the Nike Ultrafly coming soon, by the way. What's this? Start Fitness have got the discount code on the Cumulus for 98 quid. The Cumulus 25 or Cumulus 25 and £98. I think that's worth a look if you can get that. Use my code 40 runs. If you can get that shoe for 98 quid, that's a very good shout, actually. Yeah, that's a very good shout. Mine are probably they must be coming up close to 75, 80 miles, maybe more. I don't know. We have to do a 100-mile review on them. Actually, thinking about it. Mark's doing Beachy Head. Posty's doing Beachy Head as well. So look out for Beachy. What's this? Beachy Head. If you could get a brand new pair of an older shoe, no longer available. Pegasus Turbo 2 would be what it would be. Or the 4% from Nike. That's probably the two. And interested in both Nike shoes. Do you think? What's this? Start Fitness, getting Start Fitness some love here. Just got some Puma Deviate Nitro for 72 quid in sexy blue colorway. Yeah, lovely. Lovely jubbly. I've been running in the Pegasus 39. I have about 45 miles. They do soften up, Gary, yes, but it takes a while. I think the Pegasus is probably one of the worst shoes is the wrong word. But I just think they could be doing so many good things with that. I just think they could be doing such great things with the Pegasus. Don't get me started. Let's move on. Chumba, what a great name. New to the show and love listening to the pod. Thank you very much. When I waddle around in my 10K plan, what's a good trainer for a newbie? Go Ride 11 from Skechers. So, give that a go. It's a great shoe. Or the Reebok Energy Float Ride 5 is a good shoe. Pick them up for like 50 quid. The Puma Velocity Nitro 2, pick them up, 48 quid. The Ride 15 from Start Fitness, 65 quid, and then get a code, and you get that discounted down. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Best thing to do is go over to startfitness.co.uk, use my code, and see what you can pick up. What's this? Mark. Chris, give huge kudos to Carly, who smashed out 76 miles this weekend, raised money for prostate cancer, an important charity, people. That was a superhero effort. Yes, big shout out to Carly. Well done. And a big shout out to our ladies team yesterday. They came first in the 10K team event at the Wear 10s. Big shout out to them. Elite athletes that we are. Talking about block training. Do you block train for a half? If so, can you give an example how and what it will look? 12-week. Yeah, but we haven't really got time for that one, Sandra, because I'm running out of time. That's something probably for the show on Friday. So come in with that one. Chris, what would you be your pick for a race day trainer with some stability? Okay, so James, just coming back to the start of the show, I was talking about a shoe review that's coming out at the end of the week on the 7th that I think will answer some of those questions. I think it's it's not the fastest shoe in the world, but I think some of the speed will come from the fact that you're comfortable and you're competent in that shoe. And you've got the confidence to run at a reasonable pace in the shoe. Okay. So I'm not talking something here that's, 8 ounces and is super, super fast, right? Because that's a different sort of shoe to which I'm talking about. But what I'm talking about is a shoe for everyday runners who may require some form of stability, but are looking for some help from a plate, some help from some foams. They've got some pop in it, some technology. I'll be very careful here that help you in terms of transition. That's got a nice breathable upper, and that sort of thing. And I think that shoe I do a review of at the end of the week. It wasn't a shoe. It's not a stability shoe, and I wasn't expecting it to come out with the result that I have. But I think that you guys, if you're looking for a stability shoe, or a stable ride with a plate in, or like I said, you're slightly thicker set. And this is the thing, the shoe designers don't necessarily think of that, do they? They think of, thin people wearing running shoes, like all the people at ASICS on their content at the moment for the Kayano. Makes me laugh. I'm not going to ASICS, but look at their content at the moment. Everyone wearing that Kayano. I may be wrong from their videos at the weekend, it's all certain shape. But, other people do wear these running shoes, and you've got to think about that. So I think this shoe is perfect for that. It really is. So check that one out. I'm going to get shot by admin for tonight's show. I really am. I just realised I said too much about some things. Fordy, hope you're well, mate. Love the content. Thank you very much. Respect as always, Fordy. You're honest in your reviews. Thank you, Leon. I'm trying to wrap it up now, guys. So I saw your video on the Socking Endorphin Pro 3, and is it a stability shoe? Where would these be okay? Yeah, as I said, listen, the shoe, I don't know whether the shoe on the 7th is it's going to be as quick as the Pro 3. But what I would say again is it's, how if you're trying to carry speed and you're unstable, I think you'll probably lose some speed. But if you're stable in that shoe, you're more likely to carry more speed because your efficiencies are better, your fundamentals are better, and everything's working mechanically better if you've got some of that support. So I think just you're naturally going to carry more speed if you're in a shoe that suits you. So yeah, I just think wait for that video. I'm not saying again it's out and out speed, but I think for people who maybe enjoy the Tempest, for example, are really going to dig this shoe that's coming out. So just watch the video that drops on the 7th. And no, I'm not hyping up just to get views because I couldn't really care less. Beachhead Marathon would be a great long training run session for New York City. I'm not doing Beachhead. I've done Ragnar and I've run along parts of that. I've got I've got no interest in doing Beachhead. Anybody who does Beachhead hero is a hero. Beachhead Marathon is zero. Is Boston 12 faster than the Endo speeds? Probably not, but I would say it's probably a little bit more stable. And all I can say is Hyperion Sebastian, we've done a review of the Hyperion GTS. It's out on the channel. The Hyperion GTS review is out on the channel, people. That shoe does not have a plate in it. Check the review out. It's already out. If you've not seen that, make sure you check that out. And that's a shoe that I think suits, that complements, for example, if you've got a Brooks, GTS 23, Adrenaline GTS 23, right? That Hyperion GTS would complement that for your speed work and maybe like your 5K, whether you'd wear it in a 10K race, not sure. But you could probably get away with that. That's a shoe that suits in there. Some of your track workouts, maybe if you do them, or if you don't go to a track, like, I don't really that often, although I'd love to if I don't have time. It's those sort of ones where you're doing your interval sessions. That's where the Hyperion GTS is a fantastic shoe. And don't underestimate how good that shoe is. But it's not the Hyperion GTS that I'm talking about. That review is already out. Sebastian, check it out, okay? James is very intrigued about the weekend. Yeah, so let's wrap it up there. So that comes out on the 7th, unless I've got the embargo dates wrong. And if I drop it a day earlier, don't shoot me. That's because I've misread what I've been told from the brand, because I tend not to read anything. But that comes out at the end of this week, so just watch out for that. You'll know when it drops what shoe I'm talking about. So yes, so there you go. Right, I hope that's been useful. So keep an eye out. Hopefully I'll see some of you at the ASICS 10K on Sunday. Friday, I'm on the show Friday, so I'm on the live stream on Friday on the Long Run Show podcast. Make sure you check that out. I'm on there. We're talking about 10K races, funny enough. So make sure you tune in live for that. I think that's probably about it. I got myself into a lot of trouble. I'm going to get shot after this show because I said some things I shouldn't have said. As always, I blame you lot. It's not my fault. It's you lot that get me into this trouble. But yeah, so thanks very much. Big shout out again to the guys from Skechers. Go over to skechers.co.uk. Check out the Go Ride 11 people. Seriously, check it out. Also, big love to the guys at Start Fitness. Use the code of FORDY RUNS to get some discount there. I can't remember exactly what the discount is, but you'll get a nice bit of discount there. As we know from the guys from Shoe Socks, use the code 40 Runs. You're going to get 20% off of that bad boy. Use the code 4015 over at Say Sky. We do love a pair of Say Sky Pace Plus half tights. We love those. And what was the other code? There was another code. I can't remember what it was. Did I have another code I was giving out? I can't remember. But anyway, just make sure you join the Facebook group. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you want to join the YouTube channel as a member and it supports the channel, we appreciate it. Thanks very much. No pressure to do that. If you want to be part of the affiliated running club, go over to FORDYRUNS.com. If you want some help with coaching, go to FORDYRUNS.com. If you want a training plan, go over to FORDYRUNS.com. And I think that's enough plugging at the end of the show to last a lifetime. I'm going to drink this pink drink, and I shall see you all later. Take care, everyone. See you all soon. Right, where's the outro? There it is.